Everyone, I'd like to call to order the regular monthly meeting of the Houston County Board of Education for January 12, 2021. A happy New Year to everyone. We will have our Pledge of Allegiance led by Ms. Helen Hughes after we have a moment of silence. And while we're doing that, please make sure our cell phones are on silent. Moment of silence, please. Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The next item on our agenda is our reorganization of our board. Mr. Billy Jones.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bill Gerald. I have the honor of serving as general counsel for the district. Pursuant to the board's policies, BBAA, as well as Georgia state law, each calendar year the board must reorganize itself in terms of its officers. Dr. Scott, by operational law, serves as secretary for the board, and thus there are two officers that must be elected each January, the chairman and the vice chair. So at this time, I would call for nominations from the floor of board members for nominations for the office of chair for the 2021 calendar year. Do I have any nominations?
Yes, I would like to nominate my good friend and mentor, Mr. Fred Wilson, to continue as the chairman of the Houston County Board of Education for the year 2021.
Mr. Wilson is nominated. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, all those in favor of electing Mr. Fred Wilson to serve as chairman of the Houston County Board of Education for calendar year 2021, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That carries unanimously. Next office to be elected is the position of vice chair for the calendar year 2021 for the Houston County Board of Education. Are there nominations for vice chair?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair, I'd like to nominate Mrs. Helen Hughes to continue on as being the co-chair.
Ms. Hughes is nominated. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none then, all those in favor of Ms. Hughes serving as vice chair of the Houston County Board of Education for calendar year 2021, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? Ms. Hughes is elected. Mr. Chairman, I turn it back over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. At this time, we will have an introduction of our visitors, which will be the Houston County Board of Education Years of Service. Will be honored Dr. Scott.
Yes, sir. Would at this time I'd ask Ms. Cindy Fletcher, the Deputy Superintendent, to come forward so that we might recognize our employees that have 30, 35, and 40 years of service. We have one person that has 40 years of service here today, so we want to congratulate each one of them and thank you for your long tenure with the Houston County Board of Education. And as I look through this list, there's a lot of institutional knowledge about our district and a lot of commitment and hard work that's gone forward for the children of Houston County. So from the bottom of my heart, I say thank you for your years of service, and hopefully you'll stick around for a few more. So with that being said, I'll turn the program over to Cindy.
Good afternoon. We're glad that all of you could be here today with us while we recognize these employees that have given so much of their time for our school district. So this time we will recognize our employees who have devoted 30, 35, or 40 years of service to the children of Houston County. The years of service are based on the time devoted to working for our Houston County School District, and the anniversaries were calculated as of this past November 1st. Honorees, your combined years of service to the Houston County school system is 390 years of service. We attribute much of our success to people like you who have chosen to devote their life's work to the students in our school system. All of you have contributed to fulfilling our mission of producing high-achieving students. Thank you so much for your commitment to our school system. Honorees, if you will, please come forward as I call your name. and accept your plaque from Dr. Scott. We will ask you to walk across the front and then down the wall to the back where we will have your picture taken in front of the screen back there, and then your gifts are on the table along the back wall. You'll be free to go back to your jobs at that time, and we do appreciate you being here with us today. So we will begin with our employee who has 40 years of service. With 40 years of service, Ms. Marlene Turner, Houston County Wynn Academy. Our next honoree is unable to be here today, but we do want to recognize her with 35 years of service as Ms. Brenda Arnett, Central Office. Also with 35 years of service, Ms. Pamela Harper, Morningside Elementary School. Again, with 35 years of service, Ms. Barbara Stetskill, School Nutrition Program. And last but not least, in the category of 35 years of service is Dr. Gwendolyn Taylor, Huntington Middle School. The remaining honorees all have served for 30 years in Houston County Schools. And the first one is Miss Sandy Cawley, Bonnier Middle School. Mr. John Clark, Maintenance Department. JD, AKA JD. Miss Betty Dean, Tucker Elementary School. Mr. Robert Jones, Maintenance Department. Mr. Lorenzo Mitchell, Maintenance Department. Ms. Carrie Simpson, Langston Road Elementary School. And lastly, Ms. Clara Smith at Shirley Hills Elementary School. Ms. Smith was not able to be with us today, but we did want to make sure we acknowledged her service. Congratulations to each one of you, of our honorees. We deeply appreciate your dedication to our district and students. In addition to the star plaque made by the Firestarter Fab Lab, each honoree also received a certificate, years of service pin, an HCBOE lapel pin, district coin with our system's mission and vision, and an assortment of delicious treats. In addition, HEA Federal Credit Union provided each person with a cash award. I see Brad Hanlon here as the president of the credit union. He raised his hand just a second ago. Thank you, Brad, for honoring our employees in that way. Many other employees have already been recognized by their school or department. Those reaching a 5-year anniversary with 5, 10, 15, 20, or 25 years have been presented their service pin by their supervisor. The Years of Service pins in this program is funded by our premier sponsors, Totem, HEA Federal Credit Union, Parish Construction, and Flint Energies. We are grateful for their support. Now Dr. Scott has a special presentation.
Thank you, Cindy, and certainly congratulations to all of our employees who are now exiting. But I did want to take just a minute today to recognize our board members for their service. And first of all, I'd like to recognize our newly elected board chair and his 25 years of service. And the Georgia School Board Association, much like we do the 35 and 30 and 40 year, they do it 25 years. So the first thing I have is a certificate that says 25 years of service, 300 months, 1,304 weeks, 9,131 days. And then he goes on and on all the way down to the second. So Fred, thank you very much for your service. I also have a pin, a Houston County pin for 25 years, and then I have a GSBA pin as well. So congratulations. And these have at least the number of years service they're being recognized for. So Helen is receiving her 10-year pin. So congratulations to our volunteers. And we're very thankful that all of our other board members are being recognized for 5 years. And most importantly, the Career Academy also made each of you a box of treats to take with you. So before you leave this afternoon, if you will, grab your box of treats. And with that, I will turn it back over to Mr. Wilson.
Thank you. Thank you. Our next item on our agenda will be the adoption of the agenda. Ms. Hughes.
Yes, I'd like to move to adopt the agenda as presented.
Second. It has been motioned and second that we adopt the agenda as printed. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. The next item will be to approve the minutes from the previous meeting. Ms. Hughes.
Yes, I also move that we approve the minutes from our previous meeting.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the minutes from our previous meeting. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Board member comments. We'll start on this end. Any comments? Comments? I guess I'd like to make comments. First of all, on behalf of our board, I'd like to thank you, say thank you to all of the employees. I know most of them are gone, or probably all are gone, but thank you for your dedicated service. And in fact, them leaving, going back to work is an indication of their dedication that they have given to the Houston County school system and the students, of course, in the school system. No matter what position a person serves in, they are educating our children, providing education facilities, etc. for our children. So again, on behalf of our board, we say thank you to everyone who serves our children. Next comments will be from Dr. Scott, Superintendent report.
Yes, well, thank you, Mr. Chair, and congratulations to Mr. Wilson and Ms. Hughes for continuing to serve as chair and vice chair. We really appreciate the leadership of all of our board members. I'm proud to announce that our Human Resource Department won 2 top state awards from the Georgia Association of School Personnel Administrators in December. A Platinum Best in Class was awarded for the recruitment process and materials, and a Gold Best in Class award in the area of retention practices. Platinum represents the highest distinction and was awarded for our Land the Job You Love recruitment campaign. The HR team works very hard to recruit, hire, and retain the very best employees, and these awards are indicative of the quality of their work. So congratulations to Cindy Flesher and everyone in her department. We're also pleased and excited that Warner Robins High School won the football state championship on December the 30th. Our team beat Cartersville 62-28 to win the 5A state championship and bring home the trophy. Congratulations to all of our demons. We also recently were notified that Warner Robins High School had been chosen by the Georgia Department of Education as a 2021 military flagship school. This award recognizes schools that go above and beyond to support military students and their families. This award is extremely competitive, and the Warner Robins High is one of only 7 schools in the state to be recognized. Sometime in the near future, if our COVID protocols will allow that, Superintendent Richard Woods will visit the school to present a banner for that award. Congratulations to Principal Chris McCook and all of Warner Robins High School. I also want to recognize Mr. Chuck Dumas, our coordinator for assessment, on his selection to serve on the Georgia Department of Education System Test Coordinator Advisory Council. This council gives the state suggestions on the state's assessment program to include assessment administration, training, and resources. We encourage our staff to support their state organizations and want to congratulate Mr. Dumas on receiving this honor. This coming Monday, January the 18th, our district will be closed in observation of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. And in closing today, I just want to wish Mr. Dave Crockett an early happy birthday. His birthday is on January the 15th, so happy birthday, Mr. Crockett. And that's all I have, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. The next item on the agenda will be the department reports. We reviewed them last night during our work session. Any board member have any comments or questions, or anyone else any information on the department reports? If not, we'll go into new business, and for the 2021 board attorney, Mr. Hope.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a recommendation that we approve Mr. William R. Gerald Jr. of the law firm Daniel Lawson, Tuttle and Gerald to remain as general counsel of the House County School District.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to approve Mr. William R. Gerald as the general counsel for the 2021 school year for the House County School District. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Ready to go, Bill? 2021 Consolidated Application Resolution. Lori.
Yes, sir, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the resolution for consolidated application funds for 2021. And this just gives Dr. Scott the authorization to file on behalf of Houston County, the Board of Education, for the Georgia Department of Education consolidated application for financial assistance for maintenance and operation of schools.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the 2021 Consolidated Application Resolution to give Dr. Mark Scott the authority to act on behalf of the Houston County Board of Education and to file documents to support the financial needs of the Houston County school system. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. 2021 Bank Depositories. Ryan.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the 2021 bank depositories as presented. Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the 2021 bank depositories as listed. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. The financial report for November 2020. Dave.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve as presented the November 2020 financial reports.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the financial report for November 2020. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Purchasing report. Rick.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the request for the January 2021 purchases at a financial impact of $75,950 from general fund.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the purchasing report for January 2021 at a financial impact of $75,950. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Bus purchases. Right.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented the purchase of 32 Bluebird buses with a net financial impact of $3,753,450.
Second. It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the bus purchases from Bluebird for a total of 32 buses for 2022 at a net amount of $3,753,450. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you. Surplus trade-in of buses. Rick.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we declare 6 Bluebird buses as surplus, which will be used as trade-in on our previous purchase.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve this, to make surplus trade-in buses for a total of 6, to allow for $40,050. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you. Declaration of surplus vehicles. David.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve as requested, having buses 9603 and 0318 declared as surplus and removed from inventory.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the declaration to declare 2 buses as surplus vehicles for a dollar amount of $8,972.50. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you. Central office parking improvement. Hope.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a recommendation that we approve the central office parking improvements contract go to Sellers Contracting Services for a financial impact of $271,223.36.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the central office parking improvement project totaling amount of $271,223.36. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you. Purchase of tracks A1 and B of land lot 214. Helen.
Yes, I move that we approve as requested the purchase of tracts A1 and B of land lot 214 in the 10th Land District of Houston County at a purchase price of $508,977.07.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the purchase of tracts A1 and B of land lot 214 in the 10th Land District of Houston County. That's a total acreage of 19.65 acres in the amount of $508,977.07. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you. Our personnel report. Lori.
Yes, sir, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the personnel reports as presented last evening.
Second. It has been motioned and second that we approve the personnel report for January 2021 that was presented on last evening. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you. Lori, I believe you have an individual personnel action.
Yes, sir, I also would like to make a recommendation that we approve Dr. Scott's recommendation for Dr. Christopher Brown for the position of Assistant Superintendent.
Second. It has been motioned and second that we approve Dr. Scott's recommendation to appoint Dr. Chris Brown for the position of Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources, Technology, and Professional Learning. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you. Dr. Brown, congratulations. Okay, revised policy G888. Dave.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve as presented the revision of policy G888 regarding sexual harassment.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the revised policy as presented, which deals with personnel and equal opportunity employment. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you. Rescinding policy GAEA. Right.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to rescind policy GAEA as presented.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve to rescind policy GAEA, which deals with personnel, staff protection, sexual harassment. All in favor of the motion, please show of right hand. Thank you. I believe those are all the items we have on the agenda that we will vote on here at this point. We have some individuals who wish to address the board. We have Ms. Hess. Would you come forward, please?
Thank you very much.
3 to 5 minutes.
I'll keep it under 5.
Thank you.
I came here to give many of our teachers a voice. I'm not a teacher, but I also cannot be threatened into silence as many of them are concerned. I was going to be obnoxious and read off from a couple dozen statements I received from teachers and staff in this county about how they're scared, frustrated, overwhelmed, and feeling let down by this board. But I realized this would only be falling on deaf ears. If the words had power to sway you, it would have already been done. Instead, here I am, telling you how I feel about the leadership during this crisis as the numbers continue to soar in our county. You forced parents to make a choice back in November when numbers were steady, if they wanted to return in person. Then you wouldn't let them change when the numbers were 6 times as bad. You asked for mercy and grace through the process, but you showed none when families need to change their education settings as their needs change. Now we are at 83% in-person enrollment, and 100 teachers or more are positive or quarantined as of last week's report, with 0 hospital beds available. 0. We weren't really sure which schools are the worst hit because the reports show minimal information and have been proven usually wrong. Oh, and additional leave for quarantines to teachers were not provided, so teachers are encouraged to hide their exposure or sickness to avoid using their own leave. Nice. Your administrators and teachers look up to you for guidance, but what I have heard from dozens of teachers is that you all simply disappeared. Budgeted for a box of supplies totaling perhaps $25 for teachers to use for the entirety of the school year. Most of you are buying their own Clorox wipes, sanitizer, and some have been told they have to bargain for paper towels. Our bus drivers are now on normal school bus loads of 30 to 50 children crammed into all but 4 seats on the bus, aren't expected to work until the day a positive test comes back. They look to leaders in our community to set examples of behavior. They look to our pastors, our politicians, and even our school board on how to act in this county, but rarely do they seem to pay attention to our doctors. Was a doctor even consulted on reopening the schools when the counties around us started to go virtual? The insurrection led by our own president in the Capitol last week only further illustrated the power leaders have to influence the community into action. How a single voice held in high enough regard can take falsehoods and blatant lies and elevate them into truths. Truths that people would die over. As I looked through the recordings, I noticed that up until today, all of you still weren't wearing masks, and the version of social distancing is still not accurate. Why weren't the board meetings in masks? It is like your entire board was pretending that the virus wasn't real, that it was a flu or a hoax. Has something finally changed? Though I do still see board members without masks. Your lack of guidance is getting our people sick. Your refusal to provide thorough and honest information leads to distrust, confusion, and parents making decisions based on false assumptions. Your lack of leadership is encouraging the parents and children that masks aren't necessary inside a school, and your example encourages them to believe it is not necessary outside either. Lack of scientific and medical knowledge on this board and the refusal for outside consultation will eventually lead to the deaths of our most precious resource, our educators. My final statement is this. You're not doing your jobs, and as a risk mitigation specialist, a mother of a student, and a taxpayer, I think you have all failed our community. You get to hide in your home offices while our staff gets sicker. You refuse to face the public that you helped corral into the cesspool of uncaring hypocrisy. We need servants on our school board, ones that listen to our community and make decisions based on what's best for all of us, not what is convenient and non-confrontational. We need doctors, scientists, public health experts, and leaders with backbones. We don't need seat warmers. You have failed in your responsibilities, and I humbly request you resign.
Next, we will ask Ms. Buckman to come, please. Next, we'll ask for Mr. Robert Jackson, please. If not, I'll need a motion to go into executive session for personnel matters.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded that we go into executive session for personnel matters. All in favor of the motion, please say aye. Thank you.